Welcome to the Friends in Film podcast. The purpose of this podcast is to give you insights into succeeding in the film industry that you will not hear about anywhere. Not in film school, not online, not even from the people on film sets. I teach you the art of building a career in a connection-based business. You've been through the awareness phase, you've been through the fascination phase, maybe you went to film school, but now it's time for the implementation phase, and that's what this is all about. Having an extraordinary successful career in the professional film industry. All right, everybody, today we're talking about the process of going from an aspiring filmmaker to a professional filmmaker. And I suspect that you are starting to catch on to some of these things that I'm going to be teaching you today. I'm going to teach you how to go from an aspiring filmmaker with that mentality to a professional one, and you are already thinking in this way. I know you are. You're starting to realize it. You're catching on to this. Okay, so the first sign that shows you that you're going from an aspiring filmmaker to a professional filmmaker, the first sign is, I'll get out of the way, is where you realize that you're working on low budget stuff for too long. So this could be passion projects. This could be indie films. This could be even where you're getting paid. You're making $200 to $350 per day. So you're making good money and you're working on film sets and you're like, okay, well, I'm on my way, I'm getting going, but then you realize that you're working with a lot of people. Everybody that you're working with is trying to get into the professional film industry. Those are all your connections, people that are trying to get in, that are talking about, yeah, we're hoping to sell this to Netflix. People that are like, yeah, I'm doing my film, I'm gonna submit it to the film festival. Like, I'm doing this low budget music video, and it's all people that are trying to get in the film industry. Those are your connections. So you're starting to be onto yourself now. You're like, okay, I am starting to realize that I need to be using my time a little bit differently, because the reason why I want to get into the film industry is I want to do it for a career. You know, I'm not doing this just to play around and have fun. I'm actually wanting to do this for a career. So the first sign that you are going in your mentality from aspiring to professional is that you realize that you're working on low budget stuff for too long. Okay, that's the first one. The second one is you realize is that you're not making enough money to go full-time in the film industry. So if you're making $200, $350 a day, and the jobs are kind of sporadic, they're few and far between, you love them when you're doing them, you love the people that you're working with, but the jobs are too spread out, and then you have to have another job, a day job that you don't want, that you don't like, and that's what's paying the bills. And the whole plan was always to become a professional. It was always to go to film set for a living and to go to the highest levels in the film industry for a living. Like, your dream is to become a director that has their work seen around the world, right? So that's the dream. And now you're finding yourself like, okay, I'm not making enough in the film industry to be able to do this full time, and I want to change that. Okay, that's a sign that you're going from aspiring to professional in your mind. All right, the third thing that shows you that you're going from aspiring to professional is all your connections are aspiring people, aspiring filmmakers. So your phone is filled with people that also all want to get into the film industry. And now you're starting to realize, hey, wait a second. Where's the producers? Where's the production supervisors? Where's the coordinators? Where's the ADs? Where's all the professionals? They're not calling me for work. All of my connections are people that they work at the bank and they love to make films. Then the DP that's also does the retail job on the side. So those are all your connections. That's the third one, is where you realize that all your connections are other aspiring people. The fourth sign is that you're not getting any professional quality experience. You're not getting any professional union qualifying experience. Okay, so this means that you're fairly busy. You're on shoots. You're making some money, $100, $350 per day. Maybe you're ADing. Maybe you're producing. And you might even call yourself those titles. I'm a producer. I'm an AD. But you're an AD for indie films. You're an AD for passion projects. And what has emerged, you guys, which was different than when I started, what's different is now, since everybody's got access to cameras and lights and inexpensive filming equipment, what has emerged is this massive market of people that are marketing to you to become a filmmaker. This was not the case when I started. And the bad thing about this, and this reason why this impacts you with number 4, is that you're being very busy making films that you hope are going to somehow take off and propel you into the professional industry. And unfortunately, that's not going to be how it works. What's happening is there are all these companies, these workshops and film festivals and film school and all of these companies that are saying, hey, come be a filmmaker. We'll show you how to light, we'll show you how to write, we'll show you how to direct. So you learn the crafts, you learn at the basic level, the crafts of how to light, and how to write, and how to direct. And there's even all these challenges and contests. Oh, I'm going to make a film, making a film. And you feel like you're doing something for your career. And that is just like so exciting to be able to do that. But the problem is that you don't get anywhere with your career because there's a massive number of people that are all making films, that are all doing the film festivals. Everybody's in the workshops. Everybody's doing the challenges. And you're finding that you're spinning your wheels. You're with the same people that are all trying to get in. And you keep making the films, and you're not being called to work on professional film sets. You're not growing your career from within the industry. And this is the problem. So you're starting to realize this. This is a sign that you're starting to realize that, hey, I'm not getting any union qualifying experience, meaning that the passion projects, the indie films, the videography, none of that qualifies for you to advance your career as a professional. So all of those years that you are spending on these shoots, doing videography, shooting the music videos or shooting the music festivals, all of that stuff, it's not helping you with your career if your goal is to actually be a filmmaker in the professional film industry, to direct Netflix. If you want to direct Netflix films, you need to be on Netflix sets right now, meeting people that are working on Netflix films. Your proximity is the most important thing. Who you're spending your time with is the most important thing. So you need to be, if you want to work for Netflix, you need to be with Netflix people now. It's the just most simplest way to look at it. And many of the projects that you're doing right now, they will keep you busy. You can make some money with them, but they're not helping you get into any union. You're not getting into the DGA. You're not getting into WGA. None of that stuff counts for any of the local unions. So time is the most valuable thing you have. And you're spending your time on projects that are not doing anything for you. And you don't know any better because it just seems like it's the thing to do. Because that's what the film festivals, that's what the film school, that's what the challenges are all kind of pushing you to do. But you're starting to get this, you're starting to understand now. You're like, hey, I'm being stuck in aspiring for way too long. And the projects that I'm doing, although that they're fun, I'm not able to be full-time in the film industry. And the projects that I'm doing, they're not going to qualify me to join the union in any way. So I could spend the next 10 years continuing to do passion projects and indie films and local music videos, and I will have zero qualifications to join the professional union. Nothing for the DGA, nothing for WGA, nothing for Producers Guild, nothing for any of the locals, Local 600, nothing, Local 695, Local 44, that's the camera, the art, and the sound union, all of the unions. Like, that's where the good life is. But we're spending our time on projects that don't qualify not even one bit for any of those unions. And that's where all of the big work is. So you're starting to kind of be onto this, aren't you? I know you are. Now, in order to get a qualifying shoot, it has to actually be something that the unions recognize as a qualifying shoot. So that would be commercials, that would be non-union commercials, non-union TV shows, non-union feature films. Your name has to be on the call sheet, and you have to have the paycheck stub to prove that you got hired for that particular position that qualifies that day as a day that that union would count as a qualifying day. Now, you will know this when you start consistently getting on professional sets. You're going to start knowing this. And from outside the business, nobody's talking about this. The film schools won't talk about this. The challenges don't want to talk about this. The film festivals, they're not talking about this. They're like, go make a film. You're a filmmaker. That's because it keeps feeding that fire, that money, what do you call it? Money pull. The pull of your money as a filmmaker. Be a filmmaker. Even James Cameron, the day you pick up a camera, you're a filmmaker. It's true. It's true. You are. I'm just the wake-up call for you want to become a professional filmmaker. Now, the professional filmmakers, they're happy that you stay in the indie world. They're happy that you stay in the passion project world because they want to keep doing their own stuff. They don't need more people. We already got millions of people more than there are film jobs out there right now. So we want a career. This is what I do, is I show very capable, very positive, very nice people, very capable, that's my biggest word, very capable people, how to work in the film industry, how to become a professional in the film industry. So part of that, I have to show you what you are already catching on to, that a lot of this stuff out there is kind of leading you astray. And time is the most valuable thing that you have. And you've been through the phase now where you're through the fascination phase, and now you're about ready to get into this implementation phase where you're now deciding to go professional. Okay? So I help you see what you are kind of catching on to already. So hopefully this is making sense, what I'm telling you. Number 5 is you realize when you're going from aspiring to professional that professionals actually don't know you. Professionals don't know who you are. The producers don't know you in your city. The production supervisors don't know you. The coordinators don't know you. The first ADs don't know you. And maybe they know you, but are they hiring you consistently for film shoots? Now, if the answer is no, that's okay. It's a wonderful breakthrough to realize, holy shit, all my connections are people that want to get in the business, and I need to have the real people, the professionals, put me in their phones and call me for work. That's what I need to do. I need to have every producer in town know who I am. I need to have every production supervisor know who I am. The coordinators need to know who I am. People need to be talking about me and referring me and bringing me on professional shoots. I need to be working for Netflix now. I need to be working for HBO now. I need to be working for MTV now. Let me make that happen. That's where I have a real career. I know it now. See, you're going to go from this transition from aspiring to professional. And it is my aim, my mission for people that are capable, super capable, already successful minded to show you this pathway. That's what Friends in Film is about. Okay? It's about taking people and showing them the pathway to, hey, here's how you get into the professional industry. So, one more thing I wanted to say here. Let me think of it. Yes. One of the most important points ever. Okay, so we think as an aspiring filmmaker that the way to become a professional is to make a great film. And it makes sense why we think that. Film school kind of makes you feel that way. All the challenges are like, make something great, and then there'll be people that will notice it. All the film festivals, same thing, make something great. So, and then if we read an article, about a professional, it's like, okay, they started, they worked really hard, they did this thing, and this is their breakout film. So it makes it make a lot of sense that we need to work and struggle and just keep working at it, and then eventually, hopefully, someday, we break through and we become a professional. That makes sense in our minds, right? Especially when we're aspiring. But we're kind of scratching our heads going, yeah, but the people that are winning at Sundance and Tribeca, the people I'm seeing at Cannes, they're actually professionals. Like, I look at their IMDb and they have a ton of stuff that they've done. Like, they're already in the business, maybe even 10 years down the road. And that's what we're seeing at Cannes and Sundance and Tribeca. And what we're actually seeing, if you dig into some of these stories that you see of people that are now getting recognition, is they were professionals. They started in the business maybe a couple years ago, and they started understanding what it was to light a set as a DP, to produce something that is at least $50,000, $100,000 per day. The message I have to give you, it is the most important message because you're not hearing it anywhere near enough. And it's so important because time is the most valuable thing you have. And if you're capable and you're a filmmaker and you have ideas and your goal is to get them into the world, it's not to make them for small little audiences like your family. No, that's not your goal, is it? Your goal is to have your work seen around the world. So therefore, you need a plan that goes with a goal like that, to get out there into the world, get your stuff out there in the world. That means you need to go professional. You need to get into the union. You need to have all professional connections. You need to have producers, production supervisors, and coordinators calling you regularly for work. You need to be able to be in the film industry full time and have that be what you make your career doing. So you are starting to see these signs. I know that you are, especially the capable people that are watching me. You are getting this. I just want to clarify this for you so that you actually jump. You start to stop wasting time in stuff that is where you think that you're going to get discovered and just start coming into this professional zone. Start working with professional directors, DPs, actors, producers, and start making your money in the professional industry. Learn filmmaking while you are working on these sets. Learn while you earn. This is the pathway that I teach. This is the pathway I've been teaching for the last 15 years. So if that's a pathway that you want to be on, then I'm sure that you're signed up with us, and that's good. So if you want to take it all away and have me guide you and help you get into the professional film industry, then I welcome you to come in with us. Come in with us, okay? All right, everybody. Have a great day. Thank you so much. And if you have any questions, email me, janet@friendsinfilm.com. janet@friendsinfilm.com. Email me, fire off a question, and then I will answer it. I was on a film set last week. I got another film shoot coming up this week. I got another one coming up the next week. So I work in the business professionally. I'm so grateful that I never got caught in that whole film festival and challenge and workshops and all of these things that can keep you occupied in making films, hoping that one of them takes off, when you simply need to be on these professional sets, working and learning your stuff. All right? All right, that's my message to you today. Thank you so much, everybody. Have a great day. Bye-bye. If you are ready to work in the film industry and you want to now take your career to that next level, go to friendsinfilm.com/join. You can learn our implementation system, and then you can even take it all the way by doing our flagship program, the Into the Industry program. It all starts with friendsinfilm.com/join. See you there.